Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And I'm back from my 3-week vacation. I went down to California, saw the Grand Canyon, saw Lake Tahoe. Eventually had to deal with some wildfires. But really good time, but it's really good to be home. We did our COVID tests. We all came back negative, so family did a good job at staying socially distant from everyone and wearing our mask. A lot of videos down on the pipeline. I'm probably going to do an update video to give you an idea of what's coming next, but I figured I start things back up by talking about our boy Timmy D again, Tim Drake. He's got some relevant news going on, but first, some shameless plugging, because I gotta shamelessly plug my stuff, right? Patreon, thank you again, everyone that supports me over at Patreon. We're doing exclusive stuff over there. Right now, the big exclusive thing that I'm doing is a DC movie film review, in which I'm going to review every DC animated film from Master of the Phantasm up to the new Superman film, and I'm going to be ranking them. So head over to Patreon. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And then another shameless plug. Me and my business partner have our shirt out, The Most Fasting Man Alive. This is a play off of The Fastest Man Alive, The Flash, as well as talking about intermittent fasting, which is a dieting or lifestyle choice that you can do. Fasting is really great. It helped me lose a lot of weight, and this is just a great shirt. I think it's beautiful. The design was fantastic. The artist that did the design, I love it. I wear it to the gym. I wore it on vacation. If you go over to my Instagram, you'll see me wearing it a couple times. Really great. If you want to get one, just go down to the link below at TeeSpring.com, TFandom. You just hit the link. It'll take it right to our store. And I got some other shirts on the way. So, anyways, we're going to talk about our boy Timmy D, and I'm calling him Timmy D because bloody hell, I don't know what he is now. He's shifting back and forth from Robin to Red Robin to Drake to Robin to, I don't know, Cornholio, like everything. He's all over the place. And if you're a old school comic book fan or a veteran comic book fan, you can definitely smell the winds of change that are happening in DC. A restructuring not only with the company on the internal end with their talent and with how business is being done, but also with the actual product itself. Certain things are reverting back to its pre-New 52 stuff. So they're keeping a lot of the good stuff about the New 52 and bringing back all the good stuff about the pre-New 52. They're just stuff like, you know, the Golden Age superheroes, like Justice Society. We see a lot of Jay Garrick in the current Flash stuff. We see Hawkman and Hawkwoman return to the Justice Society in the most recent issues. So that's getting reestablished, as well as like Kyle Rayner becoming Green Lantern, wearing his old Green Lantern costume. And Tim Drake, right here, returning to the moniker, the mantle of Robin. This happened in the most recent issue of Young Justice, in which him and Spoiler went up against Cluemaster, who apparently faked his death, and Batman Eternal. And at the end of it, they just say, so Tim's Robin again? And it's like, yeah, Spoiler and Batman forced him to do it. And in addition to that is Damian Wayne is no longer Robin. Now, granted, I will admit I have not read the most recent Teen Titan issue. I mean, I have 3 weeks of comics to catch up on, as well as job searching, handling a family, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm working my way through my comics. But yeah, Damian Wayne basically gives a big FU to everyone, and he rips off his Robin symbol, the R, and walks away. Now, this is very interesting because, again, it feels like DC's kind of resetting the table with a lot of things. And this could be a really good thing for Tim Drake. It could be a really bad thing for Tim Drake. And in addition, it could be really good for Damian Wayne. And it could be really bad for Damian Wayne. So let's have a quick discussion about this. And then I'm curious to see what you guys think. In my last video, I kind of said that Tim really didn't have much of direction. He evolved too quickly. He became Red Robin, not out of his own evolution, but because of a necessity of a story. And since then, he's kind of been floating around. In addition to that, Damian Wayne has been a very interesting Robin because, with the exception of the beginning of the New 52 and previously the Grant Morrison stuff, he hasn't really been much of a sidekick to Batman. He kind of has been doing his own thing with the Titans. And not just the Titans, but his own comic. It's only in the Batman Robin series that he actually has been working with Batman. So, where this could be really good for Tim is because it allows Tim to reset, go back to the role that he was best at, and allow the character to start to naturally grow and evolve the way he should have. A lot of these superheroes from the 90s are starting to reset sidekick-wise. So, Connor's being Superboy again. You got Cassie being Wonder Girl again, although she never really stopped. You got Impulse back. Bart is Impulse again. So, got that Young Justice crew getting their titles back. And it would only make sense that Tim got his title back as Robin. In addition to that, it could be good for Tim because it gives him a better position in the Bat family. He can become the natural Robin to Bruce's Batman, because the reason why Damian works so well as Robin is because he was an edgier Robin to the more lighthearted Dick Grayson, whereas normally Batman is not lighthearted, he's edgy. So when it comes down to it, Tim Drake works better with Bruce than Damian did. This could be bad, though, because, again, this seems like another step back for Tim Drake. Exactly where is the character going, right? He's not succeeding on his own. He's not becoming his own person like Nightwing or like Red Hood, so what exactly is going on with him? This could be good for Damian, too, because while Damian was a fun Robin, and he grew on me a lot, I hated that little piece of shit when he first came in, and I've grown to love Damian. It allows Damian to become his own moniker and really kind of step outside of the shadow that has been the Robin mantle. So I'm actually really excited to see where they go with Damian. But my fear is that I've grown to love Damian so much, and I've grown to love the concept of him being Batman's son so much, that DC is just going to forget about him. And that whole father-son angle of Batman's life is just not going to be utilized as much. So there's some dangerous territory we're stepping into right now. Exactly what's going on with the Batman family, what's going on with the structure of it, right? I think some of the solicits for upcoming issues have Cassandra Sandmark wearing her old Batgirl suit. So is she reverting back to Batgirl too? I don't know. But there's a clear restructuring going on in DC. Again, not just in the back with hiring and firing, which is going on, but also with the universe and the stories. And I think, obviously, originally there was 5G and something was going to go on with 5G, but it didn't go through, which is what it is. But I think what DC wants to do is it's trying to find a happy medium. It's trying to bring back the concepts that were really popular in the 90s and the early 2000s, everything leading up, I want to say before 2006, that's really where, the Infinite Crisis, where things started to change. And really keeping the stuff that has been really beneficial from the New 52. So they're trying to find that happy medium. And I think we're really going to start to see the effects after Death Metal, as much as Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo are saying Death Metal does not affect the DC universe, is not being used to do a revamp or reboot or retcon. I think it's being used, I think it's going to be a launching point, right? But I'm generally excited, cautiously, but I'm generally excited that Tim is returning as Robin. I think it would have been fine to have both him and Damian be Robin, because honestly, other than Tim and Dick, I don't know how to say this, but it's almost like the Robin title hasn't really needed to be just one person, right? When Dick had it, yeah, it makes sense he's one person. One person had the title, and so did Tim. And maybe I'm just shooting out of my mouth randomly. I'm kind of just doing this off the top of my head. But honestly, I wouldn't have mind having Damian be Robin as well as Tim being Robin. And shit, you can even screw around and have Stephanie be Robin, or bring in a modern continuity, mainstream Carrie Kelly as Robin. It could be whatever. But at the end of the day, when all's said and done, I am excited for Tim going back to Robin. And you know the thing that's really been this is gonna sound stupid. It's not just a title that I'm happy for, but it's for the costumes. Because honestly, his Red Robin costume, the first one, was serviceable. It wasn't great, it wasn't good, but it wasn't offensive. The second one, the New 52 one you're looking at right here, is just a hot mess. Oh, God. The New 52 did some of the best redesigns, not for Red Robin. And then the Rebirth one was a good costume. It was basically a modern interpretation of his Robin costume. And this kind of went into his Robin costume he wore at the beginning of Young Justice. But bloody hell, that Drake costume was the most hideous thing I ever saw. And where was the cape? It's hard to look at Tim and not have a cape. So I'm looking forward to Tim having a actual good costume again. Because as much as we don't want to admit it as comic book fans, costumes are like the thing that ties the room together. It is a rug in Big Lebowski. It ties the room together. So in order for us to enjoy characters, at least me, I feel as though we need to have some sweet costumes. But yeah, that's my general opinion on what's going on right now. It's interesting to see what's going to happen to Tim. It's interesting to see what's going to happen to Damian. I'm a little bit more fearful about what negative could happen to Damian than what negative could happen to Tim. Because the worst thing that could happen to Tim, honestly, is he just goes back to Robin. And it's not like comic books don't revert back to their original status quo that much. But I am a little concerned about Damian. I hope they don't distance him from the Batman family. I hope they understand the legacy he has made, keep him as Batman's son, right? Because here's a fun fact, ready? You guys really want to get screwy. Full intents and purposes, Damian is Bruce's son, but if you want to go by it, Bruce's only DNA tested him once, and he never revealed the DNA test results, as far as my knowledge, so they could just still pull a fast one. But listen, that's a different subject for a different time. On a whole, those are my thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Are you happy that Tim's becoming Robin again? Are you concerned about where Damian's going to go? And are you happy with DC kind of restructuring things, bringing back the Justice Society, reverting Tim Drake, among many of other stuff that's going on? I find it interesting. I kind of like it, but I'm super cautiously optimistic. Anyways, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.